we're proud of our guys for hanging in there despite a lot of adversity over the course of the game. I think Seton Hall's got a terrific team, very, very difficult to defend, and just very smart and veteran, experienced, tough. And then Obiago, I mean, I don't know who the best big is in the league, but, I mean, there's so many good bigs in our conference, and he's right up there with them. I thought the way that he changed the game defensively was just a huge, huge factor. I thought our guys late second half did a little bit better job of kind of figuring it out. First half we had it going offensively, but they really, really stymied us to start the half. But the best thing, for our team is our guys, played through some challenges, some adversity, fought through a little bit of frustration when the ball wasn't going in, and continued to guard. Even though we didn't rebound the ball well, we made them miss enough in the second half to win the game.
We talked after several games this season that your team was looking for guys to hit big shots, to complete comebacks. Today, Greg hit a big shot, Daryl hit a couple, Tyler had that reverse layup, Justin. Just what has this team learned about learning how to win in these tight games? Well,
if you just keep going and you just stay at it and stay clear-minded, you give yourself a chance. And, those guys that you named are all kind of growing from the standpoint of their confidence to put the ball in the basket and to make plays. And then even over the course of a single game, you have to figure that out relative to the other team, relative to the big they have out there or the coverage that they're in. I thought, Tyler's one basket was huge. He obviously, didn't have his A game, and it was really bothering him. He was wearing it. And that's why I took him out early in the second half. Like, man, we can't have you moping around out there. You got to go attack. Justin's little basket that kind of tipped around in there was a big one for us. And then the guys did a good job managing the clock down the stretch just to make sure that, we got the last shot.
Just when you called that timeout there with about 22 seconds left, what were y'all trying to set up there on that final play, and what did you see? What was your perspective there on the Elliott-Aiken kind of foul call?
Well, the most important thing is that we didn't shoot too soon. We wanted to get a good look, but we did not want to shoot the ball so soon that they got a chance to score. So we called an action. Daryl tried to attack. They did a good job defending it. The ball found its way to Greg. Greg did a good job creating and did a good job getting fouled.
Your thoughts on Daryl Morsell and that block that he had on one end and going back to the other to get the layup off the baseline, and how that changed the tone of the final 6 or 7 minutes of the game?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Daryl gives our team more confidence. I've said many times about our team, because we have so many pieces that are new to each other and our coaching staff is new, we just don't necessarily have the advantage of everyone, being 1,000% sure of each other and confident of each other and even of themselves. But when you have Daryl out there playing that way, and it's not the first time he's done that on the defensive end and the offensive end, it just makes you feel better about yourself and your team out there on the floor. It's a really contagious thing. We're not even close if Daryl doesn't play the way he played today.
It seemed very chaotic there in the last minute. Just how was your team able to stay mentally tough in those final 30 seconds or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, you tell the guys to focus on what we can control. There was a lot of checking of the monitor and different things that happened. Then the guy traveled along the baseline, but then they pulled that back because I guess one of the officials told him that he could run the baseline. We don't control that. We just have to stay focused on what we can control. At the end of the day, the guys did a good job executing what we wanted to do. Daryl and some of the guys were adamant that they wanted to miss the second free throw just to take a little bit of time off. And to keep them from being able to run the baseline. And, it worked out for us.
Just to clarify, so that was an intentional miss then by Greg on the second one then?
Yes.
Okay.
Good miss.
It seemed like Seton Hall was grabbing a lot of loose balls. Was that a factor of their length? And then did you guys talk about that? Did talk about hitting bodies or anything like that?
Well, I think this one, we'll watch tape, and there was certainly some where we needed to hit bodies better. But I think this game was much, much more about grabbing the ball. You know, rebounding is a combination of certainly blocking out, but then more importantly, grabbing the ball. And actually, the best rebounders I've ever coached or been around, they weren't the greatest block out guys, but they go grab that ball. And we kind of, you know, had it slip through our hands several times. I think there was almost like an avoidance goal on some of those possessions that we didn't want them to get the rebound. Like we were hoping that, you know, they wouldn't get it. You can't play that way. You got to go grab the ball. You got to go get it. But we'll look at the tape. It's something that we work on every day. I think it's exciting because it's something we can get better at and improve on. And then in a game like this, it gives us a much better margin because, again, in the second half, our guys did a really good job making them miss their first shot. Really good job against some good players. I mean, Seton Hall, the stuff that they run, they're very good at creating ISO situations for their best players. And Jared Roden, Bryce Aiken, Kadari Richmond, those guys are a load. They're tough to handle. And we did, you know, a good enough job, obviously, on them to win by one. Thank you.